Good morning. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Today I am doing a contest entry. I forget what the contest is for, but Miss 80s Movies and Music. If you have not checked out her channel, do subscribe. She did a contest entry, top 5 horror movie soundtracks. So I thought I can do top 5 movie horror soundtracks. That shouldn't be a problem at all. So I have compiled my list. I was constrained to 5. So this is what I got. Block number 5 is the James Horner block of Something Wicked This Way Comes, Wolfen, Humanoids from the Deep, and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Oh, but Birdman, you say. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan is not a horror movie. Well, that depends on how you define horror movie. When I saw it as a little Birdman, when I was like Bird Boy, it scared the crap out of me. Those little things that crawled in your ears, those bug ears, oh, man, scared me to death. So therefore, it counts as a horror film score. And Humanoids from the Deep. Have you seen Humanoids of the Deep? I haven't seen it, but it does have some naked girls inside the slipcase. Just saying. Wolfen's about werewolves ripping people up and eating them and getting indigestion. And then Something Wicked This Way Comes, which actually that could have gone in another section 3, because it's a book adaptation, but I just gave James Horner his own category. Number 5, James Horner. Number 4, 1-2 punch of Alien by Jerry Goldsmith and Aliens by James Horner. Some call it science fiction, some call it a horror movie. I just call it damn good film music. Spot number 3, what I call the literary spot. Bram Stoker's Dracula by Will Jelks Killar, Sleepy Hollow by Danny Elfman, and Jacob's Ladder by Maurice Jarre. I recently got Jacob's Ladder from Entrada, I believe, and I listened to it, and I'm like, where has this score been my entire life? It's worth the listen, at the very least. Find it on YouTube. Phenomenal album. There's also an LP available from, I believe, Waxworks Records out of Great Britain. Sleepy Hollow by Danny Elfman. When I first got it, I listened to it. I was like, okay, whatever. But then I got the expanded edition, and I just fell in love with it. Sometimes you just need to come back to something in a little bit, and you'll fall in love with it. And Bram Stoker's Dracula by Will Jelks Killar. Always, 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 always loved that score. From the first time I heard it, I was hypnotized. Check all 3 of those out if you have not listened to any of them. Spot number 2. I call this the John Williams block. We have Dracula, The Fury, Jaws, Presumed Innocent, The Towering Inferno, and War of the Worlds. Now, you're probably wondering, what's Jaws got to do with a horror movie? I don't know. I don't want to get eaten by a shark. That sounds pretty horrific. The Fury, I'd say that's a horror movie. Telekinesis and whatnot. Yeah, it seems like a horror movie. Dracula, it's a vampire. That's a horror movie, right? Pretty straightforward there. Towering Inferno, I think being caught in a high-rise that's being burned to the ground would be very, very horrific. War of the Worlds, yeah, space aliens wiping out humanity, that's pretty horrific. And Presumed Innocent, talk to Johnny Depp and see how his life has been since he's got all these lawyers working for him. It doesn't sound like a good time. That brings us to spot number 1, which is being shared. I had to share spot number 1 between Bernard Herrmann and Jerry Goldsmith. So we have Psycho, The Bride Wore Black, and The Day the Earth Stood Still, all by Bernard Herrmann. Psycho, that's a horror movie, right? Getting stabbed to death in a shower at a cheap hotel on the side of the road. Yeah, that's a horror movie, right? The Bride Who Wore Black. If all your friends started getting killed, wouldn't that be horrific? I think that would be most troubling and horrific to me. And The Day the Earth Stood Still. I mean, space aliens coming to Earth and wiping everyone out. See War of the Worlds, but also that score is just phenomenal score by Herrmann. Check that out. You can find it on YouTube and listen to it for free. And then part 2 of part 1 is the Omen trilogy and the Mephisto Waltz, all by Jerry Goldsmith. I will say this, the Mephisto Waltz makes the Omen look like a Disney soundtrack for like a movie about a singing bear in the circus. It's probably the most frightening thing Jerry Goldsmith has ever written. And the Omen trilogy, all 3 have their own unique identity. but the same DNA is shared between them all. And that chanting song from Goldsmith for The Omen won him his first and only Academy Award, which I still can't understand how he only has one. Sometimes it just works out that way. But that's my top 5, probably more than 5, but top 5 categories of horror film scores / soundtracks. Yes, I own all of these. If you do not own all of these, you should go to eBay, buy them all today. I see H. Boomer made a comment in the section. His top 5 are Living Dead at Manchester Morgue by Giuliano Sorgini, Twins of Evil by Harry Robinson, The Funhouse by John Beale, The Omen by Jerry Goldsmith, and The Surpresa by Goblin. Okay. He only has 5 titles listed. I think he could have said the Omen trilogy at least. I mean, the other 2 are just as good. Especially the second one. That's like the first one on Red Bull. But Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, I haven't seen that. Sounds like a Tinder date gone bad. Twins of Evil, definitely a Tinder date gone bad. Funhouse, that's another Tinder date gone bad. And The Omen, I've seen The Omen. And Surprised by Goblin sounds like a bad Christmas present. Eric Woods. Let's see. Eric Woods has a few recommendations. Hellraiser 1 and 2, Christopher Young. Evil Dead, Rogue Bonzos. Alien 3 by Goldenthal. And Signs by James Newton Howard. You know, I almost put Alien 3 in with the 1-2 punch of Alien and Aliens. Yeah, you know, let's go back and amend this. I was amending this like 10 minutes before the show time anyways, so I can amend it on the show. Spot number 4 is now Alien by Goldsmith, Aliens by Horner, and Alien 3 by Goldenthal. Thank you, Eric Woods. You have made my list that much better. Gigawatt asked if Alien was on there. It was. It was spot number 4. It shared it with Aliens and Alien 3. And then Eric Woods throws out Scream and Mimic by Beltrami. I've listened to like the first Scream on YouTube. It just wasn't quite doing it for me. Maybe I wasn't in the right headspace that day. I don't know. I know Viscera just came out with that box set, and it looks tempting to buy it from a collection standpoint. But right now, from a wallet standpoint, it is saying no, and it's overriding the collection standpoint. So. Oh, yes, Poltergeist by Goldsmith, too. I kind of felt bad throwing that in with the Mephisto Waltz and the Omen trilogy, though. But, you know, I see the error in my ways. So spot number 1 should be Psycho, The Bride Wore Black, and Day of the Earth Stood Still / Omen trilogy, Mephisto Waltz, and Poltergeist. Absolutely right, Eric Woods. Thank you. I've seen the error in my ways. I have no idea how many titles are actually on my top 5. I counted earlier, and I think I had 14, but I had to go back and tweak it and add some stuff to it. Now it's probably pushing 20 or so. But what are numbers after all but just abstractions, right? I mean, right? I think all these are fine film scores, and how do you just really just... I mean, I've got 5 categories. I think that's fair. For the contest entry, that I don't remember what the contest was, is top 5. I've got 5 categories. So... would Predator be considered hard? God, okay. Man, I feel like I have failed completely in this listing. I think Predator would be considered horror just as much as The Bride Wore Black is considered horror because people are being hunted and killed. So where would I put Predator? I feel like I need like section 5.A, science fiction, horror, Predator, Predator 2, Species, something else. Okay, Howard Shore's The Cell and 7. Okay, yes. This is why I hate numbers, because you start limiting yourself with numbers. Why should you be limited by numbers? You know, Eric Woods, what I did listen to yesterday, Panic Room by Howard Shore. That's amazing. I need to track down the CD. I haven't seen the film, but someone on YouTube posted like a retrospective on it, and I was like, I think I need to check that out. So I did. I listened to it on YouTube, and now I need to buy the soundtrack. Ian Clark, hi, just in from work. What did I miss? You missed my top 5 horror film scores soundtrack list. And then Eric and Gigawatt came in and totally destroyed it with other suggestions that I didn't think of. So yeah, I needed like a 5 and a 5A subsection to fit in some other things. Eric says Panic Room is excellent, great film. Check it out. Sure is sorely missing from David Fincher films. Yeah, why isn't he working with David Fincher anymore? Interesting. But yeah, I've never seen Panic Room. I'll probably watch it. It seems like it would be an interesting movie. It's got Jodie Foster in it, and I think Lawrence Fishburne's in it as well. But I really did enjoy the film score from Howard Shore. But like people keep adding more titles. Did you not like the titles I already picked out? I'm feeling like rejected here, people. Surely these are awesome titles. I was kind of on the fence about including The Bride Wore Black, but I thought, well, you know, if my friends were being hunted down and killed, a la Predator, only no science fiction aspect of it and no Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, I think Predator would go in block 5, subsection A, but that has nothing to do with James Horner. But that's okay. It's all good fun. Thank you, Gigawatt. They're all good titles. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, Spencer found Reznor and Ross. Yeah, valid point. I go back to Howard Shore. That's just me. But thank you, Eric. My titles were good. Oh, Terminator. I don't personally like Terminator that much. I have the soundtrack. I've listened to it, and then I'm like, I don't want to listen to it again. And I take it out and I shelve it for 20 years. And then like one random day, I'm like, oh, Terminator. And I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, I don't listen to this. And then I shelve it for another however long. So I don't think I would have included Terminator because me personally, it's just not the jam I put on my English muffin in the morning. Nothing wrong with it. Just not for me. So that's fine. I'll go over the list one more time for those who came in late. Number 5, James Horner block. Something Wicked This Way Comes, Wolfen, Humanoids from the Deep, and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Block number 4, Alien, Goldsmith, Aliens, Horner, Alien 3, thank you, Eric Woods, Goldenthal. Block number 3, the literary block, for all those who have degrees in English literature, Bram Stoker's Dracula by Killar, Sleepy Hollow by Danny Elfman, Jacob's Ladder by Maurice Jarre. And I know you're thinking, was Jacob's Ladder like great literature? No, but it is referenced in the Bible, which can be viewed as literature. So I've got that in there. Block number 2, John Williams, Dracula, The Fury, Jaws, Presumed Innocent, Towering Inferno, and War of the Worlds. Block number 1 is shared between Bernard Herrmann, The Bride Wore Black, Psycho, and The Day the Earth Stood Still, and Jerry Goldsmith with the Omen trilogy, the Mephisto Waltz, and once again, props, Eric Woods, Poltergeist. So that's my list. I forget what this contest was, but Miss 80s Movies and Music suggested it. So there it is. I probably won't win the contest because I don't remember how to reference the contest. But check out Miss 80s Movies and Music channel for interesting contest entries and lots of vinyl pictures. She does a lot with vinyl. And if you love the 80s, you'll love her channel. Also, Ian Clark, I think he's still here. Yes. See, he's still here. Ian Clark, check out his channel. He's doing a lot of totally awesome like movie trailers for shows that he's got coming up. And he's got this really scary looking emu puppet that concerns me. Yes, Birdman and Block Girls. Absolutely right, Syrian. Thank you everyone for coming by. Adopt, don't shop. Keep listening to great film music. We will be back tomorrow night with the weekly rewatch of Last Action Hero with special guest Chris P. I'm working on an Empire Strikes Back rewatch this week, either Thursday or Friday. I'm waiting to hear back from Eric if he wants to do it on Friday. I had to cancel my trip to Boston because my dog sitter just completely ghosted me, and I can't leave town and leave the dogs to have them run their house by themselves. So I thought I'll do a rewatch of Empire. It'll be just as good. That's my thinking. Maybe more so, because I don't have to leave the house. Anyways, adopt, don't shop. Keep listening to great film scores, and we will see you all later.